Well, good evening, everyone.
We're
here to play another session of Psychology Simulator, where we dive deep into the brains of everybody and try to figure out what the hell they're thinking and what's going on.
No!
I was not warned about this.
No!
Where's the alcohol? And y'all are gonna need it too.
I mean, I already have some.
You're gonna want more. Oh, truly, that's cute.
It is cute. It's nice and tasty.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to get.
I'm not ready.
I'm not looking to get fucked up.
I'm not ready
gosh,
for
this soundtrack.
We are getting it one way or another.
My anxiety just rose up again, just like last session started.
This should be good background for now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kevin and Lindsay, go ahead, roll d20s, please. I think both of you still have inspiration.
Oh.
Sure I do.
No.
Oh.
I rolled a 1.
You're today's lucky winner.
Oh no!
I was playing golf rules today. You're welcome.
Oh fuck!
I don't know how to play golf.
Give us a recap of last week, please.
A lot has happened. I have not written notes for the past, 3 sessions because I was so involved and ingrained in the story. I'm trying to remember where last session even started at this rate because it's all been like, woo! We arrived back in Pelargir. That's where we started. Okay. And then, the first thing to do on the list was actually go visit, Goldwyn and the fam to see how they're doing and let them know that we're back, especially because we didn't want Goldwyn to worry over Malvhor any more than she has to, the poor woman. But that is when we found out that Merwin has been sick for, I think at that point in time, a week and a half. Maybe a little longer than that. I can't quite remember. But so that's when we learned she had symptoms like a high fever and among other things, and it came to the decision to basically try to find someone who was more knowledgeable about her illness and finding a a legit healer, because herbs and whatnot could only do so much, and Pelargir doesn't really quite have the resources like a legit healer. Anyways, that was a ramble. So we decided to go see Rador to see if he knew of someone and could help out, but also to return his journal. Fig got to pet more cats, which is always nice. And and so we made it back to the parlor to speak with Rador, and lots of discussions happened there and giving him back his journal, but we also gave him a summary of everything that happened in Osgiliath, between Cirion and Turgon to meeting a lovely vampire who tried to rip us into pieces. And so that surprised Rador to an extent. And then the topic of a vampire being in the situation and equation also led to asking questions of, do they... Well, one, they bite people, we saw that, but what happens? There were stories that we ended up learning from Rador about how people can turn, so to speak, and such and such. So we then started learning that there are symptoms that occur when people are in the process of turning into vampires after getting bitten, and ultimately that led to freaking the F out over Merwin potentially having that kind of situation happening. So we had Rador come back with us to take a look, and all in all, he ended up telling Malvhor that the situation wasn't good, and while it doesn't seem like she's turning into a vampire, the illness that she has is still super dire. And it's going to take a renowned healer, especially an elven healer, preferably up in Greenwood area is the closest area, or go right to the cause of the illness and basically make it go away so that it stops. So ultimately, this led to two decisions that, or no, I'm sorry, this led to an ultimate decision between two really, really crappy options. And one of them was taking Merwin to the Greenwood, which by foot was looking about a month's travel from Pelargir.
Close to it, yes.
And have her be healed there by an elven healer. Fig did mention her mother at the time. Or the other option was spoken by Malvhor, who assumed, but then I think we pretty much went, yeah, that Mordu had to have been the cause of this illness based on his involvement and how Merwin was kidnapped, etc., etc. So, it was either going to Cirith Ungol to Mordu, which was pretty much walking right into trouble, and God knows what would happen then, or taking the long trek with Merwin where she could potentially not survive. And so the party ultimately decided that Greenwood was the better option because no one trusted the crap out of Mordu, and he's a nasty motherfucker. I mean, yes, that came out, that works. And so Malvhor went to talk to Goldwood about the decision, and she freaked out because obviously she doesn't like her kid being sick. I mean, who does? Family's family. And then Laura and her 2 cents came in and basically told Malvhor, well, what would you rather do? Sacrifice yourself or the life of a child? Essentially, and that pretty much had Malvhor right on the spot saying, no, we're actually going to go see Mordu instead. And as he was saying that, he was by himself because Cirion and Fig decided to stay back to let him have that talk individually with Goldwyn. So Fig and Cirion don't know yet that Malvhor changed his mind. So this is going to be fun when we start. And Fig also decided to do a long meditation to try to seek more answers out, which I am sure she will talk about when I am done talking about this summary. That's where we left off.
What a summary.
Damn, nice.
Just to clarify one thing, because you kept saying illness, it was determined to be a curse.
Oh, curse. I'm sorry. Yes, it was a curse.
Yeah.
Hashtag cursed.
Yeah, it was initially thought to be some just sort of like flu or sickness. Rador inferred that it bears heavy implications that it was.
Yes. Sorry.
No bueno.
That's why going to Mordu is one of the options, because if he was the one who placed the curse upon her, he would be the one to be able to lift it.
Yes.
Or do something about it.
Sorry, that is all exactly what I meant. My heart's racing again, because I'm like, because I was remembering everything that happened up to that point, and when the session,
like PTSD.
when last week's session ended, I was all, what the fuck? And now I'm remembering all of that again, so I'm back to that.
And now you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well done. Go ahead and take your inspiration.
Oh, finally!
You deserve it.
That was something.
I like
That
how you
was
said
all off
finally,
my head.
Yeah, I like how you said finally, like, because it took so long. It's like, you're the one who gave the summary. You could have made it shorter.
No, I haven't gotten inspiration in a while. So
Oh, I see.
I have espresso now.
Now.
Oh, that sounds good.
At 8:15.
I'm still drinking it.
All right. Let's.
Okay.
Are you good? Do you need another week?
Not after
It's-
that recap. Hell no, we're doing this.
Yeah, no, my energy's up again. Let's go.
Let's roll.
All right, I'm working on it. Hang on.
Jesus
All right,
God.
let's get the.
This is. I got no words on what this is about to be.
Let's get the night track up here. Okay.
so long to, like, calm down from all of that last week, too. I was just like, oh my god.
Well, it's time to amp right the fuck back up.
Let's turn it to 11.
So,
Oh
we'll
no.
pick up pretty much exactly where we left off. Malvhor is conversing with Goldwyn still, where the last thing he came to his determination and gave the rough estimate of how long the journey would take. And she seemed to say, "We are not walking, you're riding," and that she would lend you guys horses. So,
New horse names. I didn't even think of that.
Malvhor, we'll start off with you since that's where the conversation led for now. What would you like to do?
I need to go talk to the others while the horses are prepared.
Well, I can certainly come with you because the ones that you'll be taking are in the stables, or at least the ones that you will have the choice of taking. I have more than 3 horses, and you can surely pick which one suits you.
Excellent. Then let's make haste. We don't have time to
Very well.
dally.
You guys walk back into the homestead, and you come to the front door and push it open, and just for a second, Goldwyn sort of hangs back. One moment, and she pokes her head into the room where Merwin is. Dear heart, I'll be right back. If you need anything, talk to Laura. All right. She comes back to you. All right, so let's get going.
And we go.
All right, the two of you, pretty much a couple of feet away on the other side of the dirt path, hanging out underneath a tree, see the two of them emerge from the homestead.
Nah, there you two are.
Oh, you were just hanging out. You didn't go all the way to the city.
I'm
Didn't
gonna.
really see the need.
I'll be standing up from, sitting on the ground from meditating and do a big stretch. Oh, I learned some things just now.
Oh yeah, like what?
I can confirm that Merwin would make it to the Greenwood when we go.
Perfect. Anything else?
You can 100% confirm she would survive the journey.
When I meditated, it was a vision of my mother working on healing her at the Greenwood, so that meant she would survive the journey there.
But that doesn't mean she'd survive. What if your mother fails? What if she passes before she could be healed?
The vision did stop before anything like that happened, so I cannot answer that, but my mother is a good healer, but it is better, as we said, than trying to march right to Mordu and not knowing what he would do with us then.
It is not better.
I don't understand. We decided to go to the Greenwood.
I have changed my mind, because when it comes down to it, it comes down to either us risking our own lives or risking the life of Merwin.
I'm sorry, you did what now?
Journeying to the Greenwood is the safer option, but it risks the life of Merwin. Seeking out Mordu to put an end to this only risks our lives.
And how do you know he will put an end to this? He doesn't seem like the bargaining type.
Well, if he doesn't bargain, then we'll fucking kill him.
Yes, because he looks so easy.
Last I checked, you wanted to fight the man.
Yeah, I was also tired and out of my mind.
What happened in the house to do this?
Lord Goldwyn and I discussed it. And put in simple terms, if we're choosing whose life to risk, I will choose to risk my own. I'm going to seek Mordu out.
You are not just risking your own life in making this decision.
You're risking a lot of lives.
Well, you both are free to, sit this out if you think it's too risky.
It's not too risky. It's suicide for you, and it's death for her. He put the curse on her in the first place. What?
Did we confirm that?
It's assumed at this point.
Okay.
What makes you think he's going to be very willing to undo the curse? Even if we kill him, that won't. Okay, I shouldn't say won't. What are we going to do then? What if that doesn't lift the curse?
Well, all the scholars I've talked to said it will. And
How
I
many
imagine...
scholars have you talked to between now and then? And here.
I imagine
What the
reason...
fuck did you do in that house?
I had an epiphany. I had a revelation. I will do anything to save the life of that child. And I'm not convinced she will survive the journey to Greenwood.
Well, I'm not convinced she's going to survive Mordu.
Well, then it appears we are at an impasse.
I'm just going to kind of like just put my hands on my head and do like a frustrated like turn and go, how do you know this will work?
Frankly...
What if we get there and he decides to end up killing her, taking her life, finishing what he started?
What I am of the opinion he's doing this to gain some sort of leverage. I imagine he needs, honestly, something done. We've accidentally helped him before. I imagine he thinks he can leverage us into doing it again. And frankly, if it saves Merwin's life, I'll do it.
And what if that favor is to come back here and raise this entire land? Then what?
Then we kill him or I die. I've lived a long life. Merwin's life is just starting. Unless, and I look at Fig, unless Vigdis can guarantee me Merwin's safety to the Greenwood.
And I'll just kind of like turn my head over to Vig.
I know she will make it to the Greenwood. But I cannot confirm anything after that, based on my vision.
Then I want you...
But also, I had a vision of what could happen if we went to Mordu instead. And the assumptions are correct so far of most seeking a service from us. But there might be a workaround.
How so?
I think we still have that message from that orc we found while traveling to Osgiliath. There might be information he might want from it. The vision also showed Rador's journal too, but I am not inclined to share that journal with Mordu, nor offer my services.
And I want you, both of you, to look Goldwyn in the eyes and tell her to tie up her child, her only child, for a trip across half of Middle-earth that she might not even come back alive from.
She might not even come back alive from this.
She
from
doesn't even
Mordu.
have to leave. She'd be home with her mother at the very least.
I think he's saying we don't know if we'll come back alive from Mordu, and then all is moot.
It is not moot if she survives. There's a chance both of these options could fail and she could die no matter what we pursue. But I am inclined to believe that going directly to Mordu has the highest chance of Merwin's survival.
It has the highest chance for a lot of things also.
I'm willing to take a chance on all those things if it means Merwin lives.
I'm gonna grunt, look down, and just play with the ribbon at the end of my axe.
If you can break the news to Goldwyn and convince her to go for us to take her child away from her to the Greenwood, I will follow that path. But until then, I'm preparing to seek out Mordu.
I'm gonna be just like tapping the pommel of my sword at my hip, thinking. Vig.
I'll slowly look at Goldwyn. Slowly change my gaze over to Malvhor.
Yeah, Malvhor has sort of stepped away from the conversation now and is just like cooling off.
Gaze at Cirion. Give him a small nod. I will, take a deep breath. Exhale loudly. Because I know the mic's not going to pick it up if I do it.
Just gonna yell, Malvhor.
I'm going to take a few steps toward Malvhor.
Malvhor turns, hearing his name.
I know what it's like to lose someone, and what it's like to fear for another's life, and that one would do anything to keep them safe. I have been there. Because of that, I will help. And travel with you toward Mordu.
Thank you, Vigdis.
But make no mistake. And I'm gonna grab him by the collar of his shirt and pull him
I die.
toward me so far.
Handled me too roughly.
I'm gonna pull him toward me forcefully until I'm glaring right into his eyes. And I'm gonna say
Basically, you probably lift him off the ground just a little bit for that.
probably. And I'm just gonna say yeah. And I'm just gonna say the next time you make a decision like this without behind our backs who you deem as your comrades, there will be more consequences to pay than now. And I'll shove him away.
Then I'll walk up to Malvhor after he got that little pep talk from Vigdis. And I'll kind of grab my camaraderie on the shoulder. It's like, we've been through many fights, many skirmishes. Definitely owe you for them. But when we get back, if we get back, you better hope we come into money on this trip, because you're gonna buy me every bit of ale that I can drink. And damn well, trust me, this tab will be high.
Jeez.
Are
Priorities.
Are we in agreement?
If you help me, I'll do whatever.
Then you have my sword, and I'll tap him on the shoulder and walk off to get ready.
I just grunt a little and cross my arms.
I'll lighten up, Vig. We get to fuck up some monsters. That doesn't put a smile on your face. I don't know what will.
Goldwyn steps forward with a lantern of sorts as it sort of illuminates the area. Well, I appreciate everything that you're doing, nevertheless. Let's head into the stables. I don't know if Malvhor told you, but you are receiving horses for this journey. Time is of the essence, of sorts. Though it is nightfall, I'll leave it up to you whether you depart at once or first light. But come along. Let's go to the stables for now.
As we follow Goldwyn, I'm gonna look at Cirion and just go, I fight to survive, not for sport. And just walk ahead.
Survive, sport, they all start with S's.
Yes, follow Goldwyn for a few minutes, just before the curfew gates close, and come into the inner portion of the city where you've come to the stables several times before. You arrive just as Radcliffe is like closing the barn door and locking it, and turns around. Oh, hey, hi, Lady Goldwyn. What are you doing here at this hour? Open the barn, Radcliffe. We have some last-minute rentals. Oh, absolutely. So where are you guys heading? He undoes the lock and puts the key in like his leather apron, reopens it. Going anywhere fun?
No, we're heading north.
Oh, north's a large direction, but I'll get out of your way. Lady Goldwyn, all yours. Thank you, Radcliffe. You can go home. I'll lock up. Thank you, madam. As he saunters off into the evening. Goldwyn walks into the straw-covered floor of the barn with several horses inside, several of which you've met on occasion, having been familiar with Goldwyn and talked with her and been around sort of her business. She takes a lantern and opens a little hatch and then begins to light a few sconces and then places it down in the far corner on a bit of like a wooden table. So there's enough light in the interior to illuminate the entirety of the stables. She just turns around and sort of claps her hands. So, what sort of horses would suit you all best? I have only a handful that would be best suited in a fight. The rest are mostly riding horses or wagon pullers.
I believe
What
we
piques your
will.
fancy?
We will need war horses, horses who will not flee.
I only have 2 of those.
And we will take both, and the third we'll just have to do our best.
Well, then what can I interest you in? What sort of horse are you looking for the third one?
Something fast.
Something fast. Very well. Let's see. It'll be one of the Radhors and an ale. These are words for the most part that sound a little bit like a foreign language to you. Who among your company will be using the war horses?
I believe it's best if my companions do. Do you two disagree?
Nope.
I can take
I was gonna say the same thing.
the riding horse. It's fine. I think the 2 of you would be better with the war horses.
I think the warhorse would be better for you than I, Fig, because you do get up close and personal more than I do.
I can also run faster on my own feet.
Can you run faster than a horse?
Yeah, say
No.
Cirion kind of like perks up a little bit, like, kind of like a wait, what?
No, but I can travel 40 feet, so that at least.
Oh. I already won.
So I can
I
can close gaps at least a little better than with that.
I already won one argument with you today, Fig. I'm not going to test my luck with a second. You're going to give me the warhorse, I'll take it.
Very well, Fig dear. So you want the riding horse? Travel horse, the rod horse. Let's see here. Who do we have? She sort of walks and paces up and down the stables, sort of scratching every now and again a couple of the horses that sort of acknowledge her as she walks by. This one should. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I am more used to that, anyways, from home.
Well, she stops at one of the stalls and comes to sort of like a buckskin colored, like a tannish coloration with a black mane and black tail, sort of bearing resemblance coloration wise to like a Schwarzsky horse. You would know that one off the top of your head. And she sort of pets it on the front of the nose. Well, this one should serve you quite nicely. Fig dear, please.
I step forward.
She's petting the horse. Hold out your hand. This is
Oh, my
Wild.
camera's here now.
This is Wild Step.
Wild step.
Yes, she's one of our finer traveling horses. And I think the 2 of you will get along just well.
I'll slowly reach my hand out to just kind of pet the like that top part of the face of the horse.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing so, I'll just go, "It is nice to meet you, Wild Step."
You hear
It's a cool name for a horse.
one of the hooves sort of like kick the ground as it nuzzles up against your hand, almost in a bit of recognition.
Oh.
Let's see. Making sure I do this correctly. Yes. In my people's tongue, this is a rod horse. But I believe in Western, you can call this a palfrey. And if you look in your journal under handouts, Fig, you'll see a stat block for palfrey.
Ooh. Nice.
Now,
I'm getting Thea vibes.
she turns and looks at the 2 of you. Well, boys, there's only two to choose from, so it'll be completely up to you which ones are you determined to be yours. And she walks across and down closer to you, where there's two stables, or two stalls, and you see one horse that is almost like a reddish tan coloration with a amber mane and tail, and the other one is almost like a dappled gray with gentle white spots across it. This one, as she gestures to the red dusty looking one, is Duster, an ale. And this one over here, the dappled gray colored one she gestures to, is Quickfire. I encourage the two of you to introduce yourselves to your horses.
Malvhor, do you have any particular one?
I'll go up to Duster.
Good, I want a quick fire. So I'll walk closely to Quickfire and just kind of keep my hand flat, just kind of like put it towards its nose.
Yep, in my people's tongue, this is an ale, but in Western, you can call it a destria. And the two of you can now check your journal and find the stat block for destrias.
Hell yeah.
If you would prefer, by next session, I can get specific actual, like, character stat blocks for them. Because they do have some abilities, so you won't have to, manually enter things every now and again if you choose to use them.
Yeah, probably do that. Be easier.
Wild Step, Duster, and Quickfire. I know Malvhor has some education on proper care in saddling. To the two of you.
Did you say do the two of you?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you just said the two of you.
Do the two of you.
It's been a while. Basically some basic sword training from the military.
Well, that will come in handy. Fig, dear?
Only to try and befriend one, but it has also been a while.
Well, that is a skill set that will come in handy. Bonding with your horse is it's a skill set that can yield benefits beyond common knowledge. From the time you can, I encourage you to actually get to know your horse, care for it. Might be a while until they return here, so from this point forward, they're yours.
What is his favorite food?
He enjoys carrots.
Oh. Good.
The occasional apple as well. They are content to graze on any grass as you're journeying about, but a treat every now and again is something they do enjoy. Well, let's take a bit while we have the opportunity and ensure that you have the proper understanding and equipment to ride one of these majestic creatures. Pulls you all over to the side. Pulls out from a chest on the far end several saddle blankets, couple reins, and then pulls actual sort of finely oiled and really well-made leather saddles off the walls, and walks you all through how to properly apply all of it, get the horse on the reins, and actually mount properly if you did not know to begin. And I will bring it up again because it's been a long time, and this is the first time you guys are having mounts. That you do have Goldwyn as a patron, and she does have some information in her handout about actual riding checks and bonding with horses and stuff like that. So, there is a lot more information on horses in one of the rule books. I will be sharing after this session pretty much screenshots of it, because it's going to be a little bit different than what Thea had to deal with in last campaign. Mostly because Thea, the Rohirrim were a culture standard, and then later on, like more than halfway through the campaign, they released the Rohan region guide, which actually introduced all of the horse riding specific stuff.
Oh.
So this is the first time we're
That's
really
right.
diving into it. I don't have it memorized. You don't have it memorized. It's going to be a lot easier if you guys just have access to it, and we can all just sort of keep each other honest to make sure no one's really messing with stuff. So
Cool.
I'll share all that after tonight. I don't imagine it getting too crazy tonight.
Oh, just you wait.
So, after about an hour or so, she runs you guys through sort of the steps and all the hoops to get your horses properly readied. Very good. Well, it is late. Do you intend to set off tonight, or are you going to wait for first light?
I would say first light, but I'm just one voice.
I would rather set out tonight.
Vig the tiebreaker.
I'd prefer to stop being like an owl in the night.
Of course, if there's anything that you feel that you should do before you depart while the city is still awake, I would encourage you to do that as well. Any last minute supplies or anything like that on an impromptu journey, best not to set out ill-prepared.
Yes, I would like to pick up some supplies.
Sounds like the mornings have it then, and we'll depart at first light.
Then I will take these three and return home with them. And they can be in the pasture, and you can pick them up on your way out at first light. I'll have them saddled and ready for you.
Thank you.
Take good care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Goldwyn.
Thank you. Do what you can. I'll pray for your safe return. She grabs the reins of the three horses. Come on. And leads them out of the barn. As the three of you sort of filter out behind, she slaps the lock on, locks it up. I'll have them ready for you at first light. Do what you have to. Get some semblance of rest. The long road ahead. She nudges the horses, and they follow her back towards the gate.
Well, I don't know about you two. I would like to restock on some arrows. And potentially some rations.
What time is it? What time is it again? This is evening,
it's
right?
Nighttime.
It's evening now, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, I have plenty of arrows, but I don't have a lot of money, so I'll just get whatever rations I can.
I could spot you some. Okay, I'm going. Wasting less time here.
I follow.
I will get some rest.
Needs to pick you up anything.
Only if you find carrots for my horse.
Okay. And I'll turn and make my way off and go into town.
I'm gonna head right back to the
follow him.
parlor.
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 Okay. Two of you head off into, heading for the market square. You arrive a few moments later, and most of the merchants and marketers are closed up and leaving. There's a handful that are still around. Looking for arrows and rations?
Yes.
Okay. You find one merchant who's in the process of closing up shop, and from a distance you see sort of he's cloaked up in sort of ratty, almost like sackcloth sort of cloak, and he's rolling a couple of things up. And as you approach him, he looks up, and you see the familiar face of Malvhor that you've ran into at one point and actually patronized briefly earlier. Oh, what can I do for you?
Aha, Master Moore. I'm in the service of some arrows.
Arrows, I think I came across the few last time I trekked out scavenging. How many can I get for you? What are you looking for?
How many do you have?
As he sort of like picks up a small quiver and just like starts counting through. It looks like I have 15.
Cirion just kind of cracks a smile. That 15's my favorite number. I'll take them. It's not really.
You liar.
I'll part with these for 8 copper.
And I'll throw him a silver.
Would you like change?
Nah.
I appreciate your patronage. Anything
While
else?
while we're here, we happen to have or know of where to acquire any rations around this time.
I've got a few laying around.
We'll take them.
Very well. Let's see here. I just came into the ownership of 10 rations.
We'll take them all.
How much is that gonna cost?
I'll tell you what. I'll part with these if you tell me any bit of interesting information of these lands in this area.
There's a vampire patrolling the woods to the north. The forest outside Osgiliath.
Not even like tiptoe into it. No suspense. That was like fucking cannonball, dude.
I show the wound I got from the vampire that's mostly healed.
Oh my god.
That was good.
He like narrows his eyes as he like looks at the wound, and there's a good long pause. Oh, you're a spinner of yarns. Ah, I did enjoy that. Here you go. Oh, vampires. Oh, that's good. That's really good.
You can take all 10 rations, kid. We'll dole them out as we need to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Oh my god.
Just, yeah, there's a vampire out there.
No big deal.
That is the craziest thing I've heard since getting here.
Well,
Just make sure you have... Oh, wait, no, I don't think I would know that. Anyway.
glad I can make someone laugh tonight.
Well, thank you for the late night patronage. Clearly you're going somewhere, so safe travels, and Don't let the vampires bite.
Yeah, you too, Master Moore. And I'm gonna turn and start walking, and I kind of grab Malvhor by the cloak and being like, "Come here," and be like, "Can't believe that worked, even though it was true." What?
But he thinks it's fake.
God.
I just went for the craziest thing I could think of in the moment.
Well, I was gonna, ease into it, but you charging like a goddamn troll. Okay, I got all I need. Let's see somewhere. Ah, fuck! I forgot to ask him about carrots. God. I'm gonna like turn back and sprint. Wait! You wouldn't have enough carrots, would you?
So you guys are walking away.
You have to run and catch
having
him.
this conversation, and then it dawns on you that you forgot carrots, and you turn around. You're probably about 30, 60 feet. You didn't get that far. You turn around, and his shop is completely packed up and gone.
Ah, fuck. And I'm gonna look around. Can I see anywhere that potentially know somewhere around here that would be selling carrots?
Just give me a quick investigation check.
This is what the session is about tonight. Finding carrots for Fig, because she asked.
Hey, dirty 20.
This is gonna turn into a VeggieTales episode.
Oh, God, no.
Just go to the pier. The pier will have carrots.
That's fun.
Yeah, you quickly dart off towards the pier where all the boats and ships pretty much come in for trade, and there's still a few. There's actually just one guy hefting crates off of a boat that just came in, and he's just sort of shifting everything about. But as you take a look, you see just all assortments of produce, mostly coming off the ship.
Go ask him, kid.
Yep. That's good. Good evening, sir.
You see this older gentleman sort of turn around with a big nose and sort of like curves forward just a bit, and his one eye is just like constantly squinting. Why?
Ah, good evening.
Why? Speak up!
Good evening.
What's good about it?
I kind of paushly look at Malvhor. It's like, he's got me there.
You're
Do you have any
alive.
carrots, sir?
What?
Carrots! And I do like, you know what? I'm not doing that motion.
Shallots?
Carrots!
Carrots! Ah, carrots.
Oh my God.
What? Ah! Bastard! Whoa. There you go, carrots! Carrots? Yeah, and all those things that you put in your mouth and you crunch on! Oh, you're bloody useless! Oh! Right in front of me! Picks up a bushel of carrots. Yeah!
How much?
3 of them!
Cirion just kind of looks like dumbfounded for a second. How much money?
Oh my God.
2 hopper!
Hopper?
I really wish I got changed now from
I have
fucking more.
exactly 2 copper. That's the last of my copper. I have more silver, but that's the last of my copper.
Oh my God.
I'll put up for this.
Takes the copper.
Oh.
Takes the copper and puts it in a side pouch, and then just immediately goes back to what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn and be like, I'm just gonna, thank you, and turn him, walk
What?
away.
You think he would even hear you if you said fuck you to him?
I don't want to test it. And yeah, I got my chores done. I don't know if Malvhor wants to do anything,
Oh,
so I'm
I
gonna
was
make my way
just
back.
buying
Yep, I'm
rations.
gonna make my way back to Goldman's and divide up supplies as we see fit, and let's get this
we're
show
going
on
to
the road.
We're going to the parlor.
We're going back to the parlor. Fuck me and.
What?
I mean, we could take care of that before we hit the road.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna find the nearest brothel. Kidding.
I'm going back to the parlor and I'm gonna try to sleep.
Yep. Go back and try and get some shut eye before we head off on our.
I was
Adventure.
petting pets.
Fig, as you return back into the parlor, just go ahead and give me a perception check.
I was not expecting you to do it. It's dark, so I have advantage. Haha.
I mean, you're inside, so sure.
Damn it. Okay.
Everyone at the parlor is dead.
What I
Oh
get?
God.
Wow.
The advantage didn't matter. You walk inside and are immediately greeted by 3 of the cats.
Yay.
You take moments to sort of pet them, but you do hear sort of echoing of hushed voices down the hall.
Ooh, I want to tiptoe and listen.
Gonna drop
Okay.
some ease.
Well, I want to first see if I recognize the voices after a few steps.
Okay. You inch closer. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Cats, cover me!
13. Okay. You inch closer, and most of it seems like it's coming through a couple of walls of water sorts of the building, and you do recognize one voice for sure to be Dorsey.
Okay. Does he sound like hushed?
It's definitely not in a. Yeah, it's hushed.
It's not his normal.
You can you recognize his speech pattern, but it is like almost. It's just like a little bit lower, just not quite whispering.
Okay. I'm curious enough. I'm gonna try to listen.
Okay. You get a little bit closer, and with that 16 perception.
I'm gonna while I do that though, I want to pick up and hold a cat. I have
Sure.
reasons for this.
You pick up like one of the cats right next to you. You bend down. And you pick up Gage. That is or Gear. No, it's not Gage. Sorry, Gear. That's one of the black
Like it
cats.
matters.
It
You don't
does
know.
matter.
I'm just.
Okay.
God.
So I'm just kind of keeping Gear calm by doing head pats, and I'm trying to listen in.
Yep. You get closer and just sort of listen in. Well, did you hear any news from them? I've been trying to reach out, but I can't seem to find any of them. Some of the cats have gone missing, so, you know, it's a certain situation that I am inclined to resolve. Well, you better get on it. Tie up loose ends. That's valuable information that we're missing. Listen, the minute I dispatch somebody back to Osgiliath, then we can get more eyes on it. All right? You worry too much. Go back to your handler and let them know everything is under control. All right? Oh, come on, turn that frown upside down. You're starting to piss me off, Dorsey. Well, I have a nice brew of tea that will calm you right down. Let me go get it. You hear like the screeching of wood, like a chair was pushed back.
Where am I in the parlor? Am I in the hallway or like
That
by a
side-
room?
That side hallway.
Does it sound like they're about to come toward my way?
I mean, you heard a chair move, And now you're hearing footsteps coming from
Oh,
down
okay,
the hall
okay. Just
somewhere.
making sure. I would like to take some brief, quiet, sneaky steps back, like toward the entrance to kind of make it look a little more like I just walked in.
Okay.
Still holding a cat.
The chair screeches, and you hear a couple of footfalls, and then they suddenly stop. And as you're moving away, you just catch at the very last second Dorsey say one more thing. Oh, and you try to keep a low profile around here. I've already heard word that individuals know that the eye is in here. I don't need heat on me. And then the door swings open that you see down the hallway. And it swings down behind him, and he turns. Big!
I'm petting Gear. Oh,
Oh.
hello.
Oh. You found one of them just moving about, did you?
Yes, some of them always welcome me in, and I like to welcome them back.
Oh, yes, they're quite keen on keeping track of all the comings and goings of the parlor and sometimes the city. I was under the impression all of you had departed already.
No, we... morning.
Radwar came back here in a bit of a hurry, something about an appointment, I don't know. He was with you last, so I assumed that he departed with you.
No, he
None of my business. I have
has
tea
his
to
own
brew.
business.
Can
Oh,
I get you anything?
tea would be nice.
Wonderful! You can have the cup that I gave you earlier today that was immediately snubbed in my face.
I drank that one,
Right?
but I'll take more.
Did you are the one with manners. In that whole group, you're the one. I want you to
I like tea.
What is happening right now?
I will get you a cup, and make yourself at home like you always do. It's lovely to have your company. As he walks into like the other side room, where you've pretty much come to the conclusion must be the kitchen, because that's usually where he goes in and out with either some semblance of pastries and biscuits and tea.
I'll sit down at that usual little spot that is like right in front of that painting or something, if I remember correctly, where we've eaten like breakfast stuff before.
That painting's on the second floor up the stairs. You can see it as it looks down like
Gotcha.
over the foyer. The place you're talking about's at the like, sort of base of the stairs. So.
Oh yeah,
Tomato,
okay.
tomato.
I'll move over there. Yeah, okay. I'm still holding Gear, and I'll just look down and go, what is he up to?
As it headbutts your stomach.
Oh.
Before your tea arrives, the rest of your company returns.
Welcome back.
Two of you walk in.
Good to be back. I'm gonna present her the satchel of carrots.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
How many?
3.
3 carrots.
And then I'm also gonna present out the rations to everybody now, so everybody has them. So we got 10 rations.
I have 7 already.
Whoop-de-fucking-do for you. Okay, 5 for me,
Oh.
5 for Malvhor.
Yeah.
I also have 7.
Well, I had 6, so...
You get
Oh, well
one,
then-
and then we split the remaining 3 evenly.
Yeah, so we all have 10 now.
Yes.
Goody.
Look at that.
It's almost like it was calculated.
Fucking magical. Okay, we all have 10 rations.
Side camera looks at the DM. That was lucky.
Thank the Valar.
Okay,
Number out of my ass.
we're all equipped. We're all relatively ready.
I'm going to see what
Hope
sleep
it's-
I can find tonight.
Hope you two are ready.
We have to.
One.
Dorsey arrives with your tea, Fig.
Ah,
Hey,
Thank
here you
you.
go. Can I interest you all in some sleepy time tea?
I appreciate the offer, Dulcie, but I think I'm just going to go straight to bed.
Very well.
Thanks, but no
You?
thanks. Thanks, but no thanks, Master Dorsey. I'm actually gonna get some preparation done, and then I'll be into bed.
Very well.
I down the tea and let Gear go.
He hops off and just scampers off the side room. Well, and then I will take that cup.
Thank you.
Throat of steel. Enjoy your evening, everyone.
You do the same.
Good
And
night.
I'll make my way off to my room. I'm assuming everyone's doing the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna get to my
But
room.
the two of
basically-
you are in the same room.
Come here,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, we are.
Fig now has a room all to herself since Locke left.
I got
Now
the
we
cats.
just gotta get rid of Cirion. What? I've removed Locke. Now Cirion's next on my list.
I got rid of the old man jokes. Now.
You know what? Cirion heard that. He's gonna go to a nail house and pass out there. No, so once I'm in my room, I'm gonna kind of like just take my armor off, take my sword and my dagger out, look at Malvhor and go, "So, you wanted to get rid of me, do you?" Kidding. No, I'm actually gonna take them out. I'm actually gonna sharpen them and basically get them ready for the upcoming trip.
Alright. There anything else anybody wishes to do for the rest of this evening?
Sleep.
Yeah. Now that I'm not sharing anything with Locke, I take everything off of the bed, make it a pile on the floor, and just pass out on it.
Alright.
Sheets and all.
You all return to bed, trying to get as much rest and preparation as you can. A little bit hard this time, knowing where you're going, why you're doing it. An air of difficulty, but knowing to make that first step will be the absolute hardest thing you've ever done. But as you all sort of lie awake, either staring at the ceiling, petting a cat, and just trying to get comfortable for the night. Malvhor, go ahead and make a corruption saving throw, please.
Oh! Oh!
Wha-
Oh!
No!
Oh!
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 This is like the first one!
The fuck you do?
It is the first one.
Gee!
As you lay awake, staring at the wooden beams that support the ceiling and just trying to come to some form of reason, some scheme, some plan that magically solves everything, you're hit with a wave of emotions,
Before
of reminiscing.
you continue, Paul did give me inspiration, so I will add a default to that. I don't think it'll change it, but
Ow.
11. You're hit with a wave of reminiscing of times simpler 10 to 12 or so years ago, freshly out of the Gondorian army, trying to lay down roots, but ever hearing that call, that itch to return to the wilderness, find excitement, something that you never really had in your career. And you're crashed like waves to present day, thinking of the last few hours of information. The look in Goldwyn's face, the almost lifeless, pale look in Merwin's face as she laid there trying to rest. You've made a decision of what to do, You're unsure if it will make a difference, but you're going to do something, and in this dark, dark time, you find yourself stricken with a bit of grief. Go ahead and take 1 permanent shadow point.
Oh, 1 permanent!
Whoa!
Ooh!
Damn!
Remember, we are reworking the
Yes.
shadow points,
Yes.
so you don't actually know what this does. You're not
Yeah.
playing to your shadow weakness. You're not gonna immediately freak out on a natural one. This is something I'm playing with. So, and I'm also trying to provide reason as to why the Fellowship phase could have a reason to heal corruption. So,
Oh.
this is a permanent one. It won't go away until it's healed, but it's actively not really doing anything, to your knowledge. There might be a threshold that you have to meet, and then and only
I'm
then
going
will
to-
you find out what it does.
I'm gonna become friends with that threshold.
I was gonna say, nah, you had to tell Matt that because now he's gonna go find it.
I'm an
gonna try
explorer.
He's gonna turn us over to Mordu.
You all wake the next morning, as refreshed as you can get. Just before the sun peaks over in the east, you gather your things in silence, in a somber tone, with a light fog just sort of touching the ground. You head out, make your way for Goldwyn's farmstead. And at the the crossroads outside the gate and where her property sort of meets the road, you see her standing with 3 reins in hand. That's where we're gonna take a break.
Hail, adventurer! Are you a dungeon master with a desire to transport your players to fantastical settings? Perhaps they are deep in the dungeon of a mad lich.
Fools, you have intervened for the last time. Let's see you survive my fireball.
Or perhaps the party has just come across bandits, and the Goliath monk releases a flurry of blows and a stunning strike to gain control of the conflict. Nice rolls on the attack. Or maybe the party is taking a breather after another difficult quest. If this sounds like something you want at your next ttrpg session, then head over to battlebards.com. By subscribing to BattleBards Prime, you get the ability to immerse your players in your campaign. You'll get complete streaming access to the libraries of both BattleBards and PlateMail games. And whether your game is in person or virtual, you won't be limited, as you will have access to a caster and a mixer to be able to broadcast the tracks to all of your players. And of course, if you want to download and keep any tracks, then you get 20% off all in-store purchases. So what are you waiting for, adventurer? A quest posting at the local guild hall? Get over to battlebards.com and subscribe today, and use the coupon code ADVENTURE at checkout. Stay proficient, adventurers. Hail, adventurer! Are you a dungeon master with a desire to transport your players to fantastical settings? Perhaps they are deep in the dungeon of a mad lich.
Fools, you have intervened for the last time. Let's see you survive my fireball.
Or perhaps the party has just come across bandits, and the Goliath monk releases a flurry of blows and a stunning strike to gain control of the conflict. Nice rolls on the attack. Or maybe the party is taking a breather after another difficult quest. If this sounds like something you want at your next TTRPG session, then head over to battlebards.com. By subscribing to BattleBards Prime, you get the ability to immerse your players in your campaign. You'll get complete streaming access to the libraries of both BattleBards and Platemail games. And whether your game is in person or virtual, you won't be limited, as you will have access to a caster and a mixer to be able to broadcast the tracks to all of your players. And of course, if you want to download and keep any tracks, then you get 20% off all in-store purchases. So what are you waiting for, adventurer? A quest posting at the local guild hall? Get over to battlebards.com and subscribe today, and use the coupon code ADVENTURE at checkout. Stay proficient, adventurers.
One!
They might have
You don't
heard
say one.
you.
Hopefully that's the last one we get tonight.
You never said
Huh?
the last two numbers. All right.
Oh. Oops.
'Cause it's like quiet on the set. 5, 4, 3, and then that way nothing comes through. It's the stage etiquette. Anyway.
I just thought it sounds cool. I didn't know anything.
Anyway, so you guys arrive early in the morning at the crossroads right outside of Pelargir with Goldwyn in holding the reins of your 3 new horse companions. The day is yours.
Well, we best be on our way.
Agreed. Let's go.
Well, make haste and take care of yourselves as best you can. I won't keep you any longer. He sort of steps back as you all sort of mount your horses and just watches silently as you all situate yourselves and bring the horses about onto the pathway.
Goldwyn.
I need rolls. Who's the guide?
I say fucking Malvhor because this was
I'll
his
be the
fucking
guide.
journey.
I'll fucking do it.
I'll fucking do it again.
Oh.
Okay. Vic, what role do you want?
I'll scout, I guess.
Scout, you guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Cirion?
Before I make my choice, let me see what I'm proficient in,
Yeah,
just to be...
Lookout and Hunter that remain.
Yep. I'll be lookout.
Alright.
And Hunter, if I'm gonna do 2 rolls.
You are not.
Damn.
So if a Hunter option or event comes up, the party can elect somebody to take that role momentarily, but their check has to be at disadvantage, because that is not their primary focus.
Okay.
Good thing we got rations.
Well, again, it's only for a journey event if that were to even come up.
Yeah.
So for the most part, the rations are being consumed as you're going anyway.
Steal.
Alright.
As
Then-
we leave, I do turn to Goldwyn, and I say, I wanted to, I love you, Goldwyn.
Oh.
Putting her on the spot there, why don't you?
And I don't wait for a response. She can sit on that because I'm gonna be gone a long time, and I might not come back. So
So you kind of hear Cirion just like under his breath. Oh shit.
Alright, so you say it and just immediately take off, or you're sitting for it?
I mean, if she
love you.
doesn't, if she doesn't have anything to say, if I catch her off guard and she doesn't have anything to say, I will then walk away.
Right away.
I'm not gonna
You
just be
caught me
like,
very much off guard.
I'm not gonna be like, I love you, Wheom! But I'm also not just gonna wait there and force her to reply.
Why won't you love me?
Be safe. In return.
I will.
Ooh, she didn't say it back.
That's fine. She doesn't have to.
It's a very delicate situation right now.
Yeah. Onward and
Alright.
upward.
I don't do
Then
delicate.
I need you lot to plot your route. How do you intend to depart from Pelargir and arrive at Kirithungul?
Do we know how to get to Kirithungul?
That might have been
No
a
one's really
real...
told you. No, you had Rador point you in the direction of where it is, but you haven't asked or investigated or researched anything. So
Fuck.
So what I was thinking of going to the forest. I can't think of the name.
Ithilien.
Ithilien, and finding some rangers who will give us better directions. Because they traipse around that area, they might have a better idea of how to get there. Out of character, I know there are 2 main ways to get there. But in character, I can't justify that knowledge.
Yes, so Fellowship, discuss. What are your plans? How are we doing what?
So that's my suggestion. We go to the Ithilien Forest, find some rangers who can give us a way to Kirithungul. If we're lucky, maybe
Okay.
we'll find some orcs who know, and we can have them tell us.
And then what?
And then we make our way to Kirithungul.
No, when we get there.
Ugh.
How will we convince Mordu to help?
Oh, I don't think he's gonna need much convincing. I have a feeling he's planned this.
I don't like the sound of that.
We can either parlay with him or try to go in weapons drawn. Although I'm not fond of going in with weapons drawn because
He has friends.
No.
he also holds Maywin's life in his hands right now.
Yeah, great idea going to Mordu.
You want to turn around and tell Goldwind that we're going to the Greenwood?
At this point, we might as well, but no, we're already moving.
No. I say we find the Rangers of Athelion. Any other
Fine.
ideas?
Nope. Thought you knew the way to Cirion, but yep.
I do
Yes,
not
right.
know this part of the Landwell.
You also
I-
have a map.
You
You have Wynn's map, which Lindsay has the physical copy of.
Oh, Lindsay has a physical copy. I know we have a map, but like, does the map say here are the ways to get to Cirion?
It's kind of like a mall map. You are here. Where you need to go is
No.
there.
It might not have that charted, but it has terrain difficulties and
Yeah.
roads and stuff. Because right now
Ah,
you guys are like, we're going to Athelion. I want to know, how do you plan to get to Athelion?
do I have that map? I might also have that map if it's.
The other side. You're muted. Oh, you don't even have your headset on. Derp.
it's
Okay, you want the hexed one.
of the Wilderland?
No, of Gondor and Rohan.
I don't oh.
Yeah,
So-
you do.
Do we want to stop at like Osgiliath or something and
Okay, I should.
make our way? I'm looking at the
Way too
map.
out of the
You
Oh.
can basically keep it folded. It's that bottom right square is the only thing that concerns you guys right now, and that's all. That's the only map that square is all Wynn gave you.
Is that
So the beige is pretty much easy and light terrain, and the green is easy or moderate terrain, moderate difficulty. You guys can easily get to the eastern bank by just going through Pelargir. So it's a matter of what route you want to take and potentially plotting any particular stops like Osgiliath or anything.
Yeah, I would say like we go up the way towards. I'm looking at the map on my thing right now. Like either Pelargir and then up to Osgiliath. That way we have like at least 2 stops if we need to rest and potentially resupply if need be, or get the lay of the land or whatever. But there's 2 towns that we know.
wait, what? Oh, Osgiliath is on the way, kind of.
We could go to Osgiliath and then set out from there to the Athelion Forest. I don't have a map in front of me with the hexes, so that's.
Yeah, like the lands or anything. But I'm just gonna say like either Pelargir or Osgiliath and or both, and then
So like,
make our way.
it looks like we are. I have to sneeze. We are. Oh, there's Pelargir. Okay, we. All right, let me get my Discord up so I can see. We are here. Here's Pelargir, and this whole area is nice and easy terrain. And then Osgiliath is right all the way up here. So it will be
Yeah.
an easy trick just going up. Kirith
It's like
Ongol.
off. Yep. Yeah, it's like right over there. Yep.
is right there. So like, I guess you could kind of. There is a path.
Yeah, those are roads.
So I mean,
All right, so I think we're all agreeing Osgiliath and then to Cirion. Objections? Other plans? 5, 4, 3, 2,
Going to
1.
Osgiliath first sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it gives us a chance for a long rest, I guess, in case anything happens on the way there.
Well, we might not
Or
be
at
able to
least
get.
make...
We might not be able to get a long rest there because it's not a sanctuary.
Just throw the map.
please.
And then a crash in the background.
It floated behind me.
All right, so it sounds like sticking to Lebanon and Lasernach on the western bank.
Yeah, we're not...
Osgiliath.
Yeah, we're not concerned that sticking to the path is gonna take more time than trying to do a beeline or anything, or...
Well, I mean, part of the problem is... Well, part of the problem is I don't have a hex map, so I can't say what a beeline is. But I don't think it's gonna make... I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference.
I don't think so either, based on what I saw. It might shave off like a day or two at best.
Is that a Fig recommendation or a Lindsay recommendation?
What, beelining?
Yes.
That's Lindsay.
The roads are known to be quicker,
Oh.
especially on horseback.
Well, right. We're on horses.
We haven't been on
Yes,
horses
you
I
are.
already forgot. Alright,
So
yeah.
for context, the journeys you guys have been making between Pelargir and Osgiliath has been roughly around 9 to 10 days.
Yeah.
On horseback, you'll get it done in 4.
Right, okay. Well then, no, Fig is fine with sticking to roads, because she doesn't know this land as well, like she knows the Greenwood and everything, so...
Okay.
Try to keep something safe than sorry on this trip now, I guess.
Right.
But then, I'm good with asking rangers when we get there, too. Once we get closer, I mean.
Okay. So sticking
Like
to the
Matt said.
roads on the western side, heading for Osgiliath to start, and then onward into Aphelion. Okay. Thank you. That determines the DC for the journey and how long it's going to take. So that is very important information for me to have. Okay. Malvhor, go ahead and make an embarkation check, please. D12 plus half your wisdom bonus. Plus your survival bonus as well.
Okay. Wait, that might not have been right. Is that rolling a D12 or... You know what? I'm just gonna manually roll.
That rolled a D20.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that looks like a D20.
Coincidentally, you rolled a 12.
That is correct.
An 11.
So wait, I thought it was D12 plus half your wisdom plus your survival.
You know what half my wisdom is?
Well, okay.
Half my wisdom is 0.
11. Looking at that, shall we? Ooh. Ooh.
Oh no.
I don't like that.
I love it.
Oh, would you look at that?
I would if I could. Come, Duster. Let us make the others eat our dust.
So,
Come, wild step. Let's get wild.
Time
That sounded horrible.
to get wild.
I think I hear Bryan Adams playing in the background.
Hey, me.
Get off of my
back.
So as you all briefly deliberate on the route you wish to take and come to conclusion, you sort of all line up side by side in your saddles, taking one last deep breath and looking off into the east as the sun peeks over and the fog has begun to roll away. And in one moment, you all sort of snap the reins and press the side of the horses, and they all quickly take off into a run. As you depart down this road that you've traversed many a time in the last few months, though your purpose is dark, a situation that you don't want to necessarily be in, but it is one you feel like you have to do, and if there's anything in your life that you feel like is worth doing, and is the salvation and protection of another. So as you embark with light hearts and a sense of hope, you find yourself determined to cleave your own path, regardless of any hardship or setback. Every member of the company has advantage until the first time they fail an ability check during the journey.
Oh,
That's that good shit.
on just ability checks, we have advantage.
Ability checks until you fail your first one.
Okay.
Back to normal.
Hopefully, we don't fail our first one. Like, we don't roll
So
the first time and fail.
Each member, so everyone individually has advantage until they fail.
Yeah, so Lindsay's failure doesn't ruin my advantage.
Yeah.
Vice versa, yeah.
And if there is a situation where you have predetermined disadvantage, it'll just cancel out to a straight roll. Sound good?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. You all set out with the wind at your backs. And for the first time in probably a good while for most of you, if not some of you, never being on horseback, it feels good. Freeing. The speed and haste of which you've never had before, and a determination to drive this to a conclusion. I'm going to let you all RP amongst yourselves while I figure out journey events.
I'll just say, I guess so far, right before we started writing, Fig would have grabbed her bear tooth necklace, and she would have kind of prayed out loud and said, guide us and keep us safe. We're going to need it.
Make a wisdom check.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Does this count? Do I get advantage for this? Or like, since this would have been earlier,
We'll just say this is its own thing. It's outside of it. So even if you
so
fail,
normal?
it's not going to affect it.
So in just a straight wisdom check?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh no.
Good thing!
Oh.
You hear a gentle voice on the wind. Ride, Vigdis.
I'm gonna be hanging on to that necklace for a while as we ride.
Okay. Now, if you excuse me, and if you need me, holler. I got shit.
So, I'm not looking forward to seeing good old Mordu again.
Well, I mean, we had to know we'd see him again for good or ill.
I feel like it's always gonna be ill. There's no good.
I feel like you're right.
The only good would be seeing his head on the end of my sword.
Well, maybe you might get that chance.
Maybe. Did want to fight him. Place may be better off without him, but I don't think this is going to be a situation where we're going to want to fight it out.
Our only goal is to get him to release the curse. and we
I'd still.
have to be wary of words and promises.
There is more
There could be foul
I'm
words
concerned
and
about.
evil promises. I can tell you that.
What are you concerned about?
Last night, before you two came back, I overheard Dorsey speaking with someone. And it did not sound promising.
Oh?
Something about trying to reach out, but can't seem to find them. Some of the cats are out, and the other person spoke of trying to tie loose ends, and there is important information that they're missing. But Dorsey then said more eyes will soon be in Osgiliath on it. And to notify their handler about it. But what I did not like that he said was that a low profile needed to be kept because there is already word that people know that the Eye is here, and there is heat on Dorsey for it.
Well, perhaps we'll have to pay Dorsey a visit. An intimate one.
I agree. I thought to let the two of you know sooner than later, in case that ties into anything when we get to Mordu.
If there's anybody in this world anymore that's not a corrupt bastard.
Well, hopefully, Paragon has Osgiliath in hand. But, obviously, we're still missing something important there.
Unless they don't know that we have the book already for Rador. Could they want the book?
That might be it, but I would imagine Dorsey knows Rador has it.
True.
I mean, Rador can be in danger then. I mean, of course, he's counsel to the king, but...
He had left already for some appointment, according to Dorsey.
I hope Rador at least stays on his guard, or has a guard with him.
Do either of you...
Thought Dorsey would be innocent out of all this. Guess not.
Do either of you remember the faction that attacked Rador when we first found him? I remember a banner with a symbol on it.
Tattered banner. I have that in my notes.
I feel like there's an important piece we're missing that connects all of our questions.
I don't think I have the name of it
Well, we know the enemy has influence in Osgiliath, and we know the enemy is almost at a civil war with themselves. With Mordu and the Witch King jockeying for power. Perhaps we can use that to our advantage.
Oh, does that letter mention it at all? Where did that go?
I was just reading that.
Black text on the dark screen. I can't read this. Umbar. Pelargir. Nifa. False Shadow of the East. One of Harakir's is tracking. Oh, they're brood.
Brood is an interesting word.
Uh-huh. I wonder if that's part of speaking with the vampires or about the vampires. One of Harakir's is tracking their brood and will be in correspondence with the Eye and Umbar. As for this Nifa, who seems to be causing trouble for our enemies, perhaps they can be encouraged to join our cause, or at the very least encouraged to continue to disrupt Gondor's efforts in places it benefits us.
Maybe that was the creature's name that y'all fought.
We never did get their name.
No. Oh! We got... We did get a name of a vampire, but I think from Legends, right? Last session, when speaking with Rador. I wrote down a... Thoring with Theo. And I tried to say that in German instead, and it wasn't working. Because I don't know, I saw Thoring, and so my brain immediately went to like Turingen, which is a city. Or a region.
Thoring with L.
Yes. That wasn't her that we fought, right? That was just someone Radar.
We don't know.
You don't know if that's who you fought. Rador told you about sort of like the great vampire of legend that was around during the War of Wrath.
Yeah, okay, that's what
He said it's like he believes that she died.
Dead.
But there's never been, their like remains are never recovered or anything like that.
Okay. And then this false shadow of the east must be brought to heal.
That has to be alluding to their civil war.
Immediate plans have changed and need to shift focus. The curse will take time, and we'll see what transpires when it does.
That's the curse we're dealing with right now.
The other meddlers have gone to ground, so we must not trust the silence from them. I suspect they are changing their plans and moving against us. So... was Merwin the only survivor?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, she was. Oh, shit.
On your arrival.
And we did recover the message from one of Mordu's messengers.
But this was... right, because this was after we rescued Merwin, because we were heading to Osgiliath, getting this correspondence, right?
Yeah.
So then... My immediate plan is the curse. So then, why would he agree to anything we say to stop this curse then if it's part of his plan?
That's what I was saying.
No, because he's using it as leverage because he needs something. And we must be in a position to do something for him. Otherwise, the curse makes no sense. Why not just kill the child?
But to me, the implication of him saying the curse will take time and we'll see what transpires when it does, I mean, that could mean anything. That could also just be like an experiment of seeing how it affects the child. And if it's like a test subject or something, or like doing other things, or I don't think it's 100% confirming that way that it's leverage against us.
I don't think
But
it's an experiment.
I was just throwing like examples out there, but
Yeah.
all right. Well, I want to know now who this Nifa is, and Harakir. Harakar? Oh, there's no. Okay.
There's an R at the end.
I see it. I just don't see anything between the K and R for anything.
There isn't.
Harakar. Okay. Brood. Brood makes me think vampires. Alright, I'm gonna keep mulling over it. This was just Lindsay being Lindsay.
It's a lot to mull over.
That was great. That was great. I was wondering if anyone was gonna dissect that.
Literally what I said from the beginning. It's like Mordo has no reason to do any of this.
He has a reason. He's just not cursing people willy-nilly.
Nope.
Yeah,
Matt, you're buying me all the ale that I want.
I just think it's more than just leverage, and I'm afraid that because of that, there is like no way we're going to convince him, at least with something a little.
Dude, he's gonna want a super big favor in return.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yes, that's.
Well, but then I already said earlier that in the vision, the the biggest option, or one option that came up, was offering our services to him, and I had already said I was against that. Otherwise, it was information from the correspondence. Well, wait, the vision said info from the correspondence could help, but it's sounding like the correspondence is from him, so why would he want it back? He would want it to go to who it's meant for, I guess.
The vision didn't imply the correspondence would help. It said that you might have information that might help you.
Oh, to have
What to do.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Between if you were looking to have counter leverage over him, or just to get an insight of what he might be doing or what he's up to, you had the Rador's notes, the correspondence, and maybe other things. That was essentially the vague understanding you got from the vision.
Did we get anything specific yet from Rador's notes? I don't remember. I think we gave him the book, and then he helped figure out the curse, and that was it, right?
He helped you with the curse. He has told you.
We know they're trying to build a gateway on our way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Locke has made reference when he's read through it about needing essences or items or things like that, some sort of ritual. But Rador hasn't given you too much information.
Not since giving him back his journal.
You gave him his journal, you guys talked about a curse, and then he left town.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So,
So
you didn't
we
really
haven't
have time to chat.
Okay.
We
I
will
need
succeed.
somebody in the party to be an impromptu hunter.
What's everyone survive? Yeah, I can do it. It's just
Yeah.
with disadvantage.
It'll be
so
a
it's
straight roll. My,
yeah!
my survival's just a +1.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh. Finally.
Oh, let's go, Fig!
Finally something.
Some good luck.
So over the course of the first few days of departing from Pelargir, you guys have shared conversations and insights, stopped and broke for camp, rested briefly, but you've made a tremendous amount of ground in comparison to what you've done in the past. You're a little bit over halfway to Pelennor Fields and Osgiliath.
Oh, goody.
On the one early morning that you guys depart, Fig, you do notice on a gentle trot, you guys are giving a brief moment for the horses to catch their breath. And you come through a slightly wooded area with low-lying brush and sorts, and small little critters running about. And you notice a large bushel of red berries.
I will pick as many as I can.
As many as you can. Da-da-da-da. So you choose to gather them. Yeah, that'd be simple enough. You take a moment and dismount and just take time to pick a bushel of sorts, a large amount, and you actually take a look, and having, lived in the wilderness for a good portion of your life, you recognize these as red karats. Red karat berries. Small little red berries, pretty shiny. They're not the best thing you've ever had, but they are definitely enough to restore you for the most part. And over the course of your guys' ride from here, you pass them around, you take a handful every now and again. You all can add an additional, even if you're at max, hit die.
Oh.
While we take a break to eat, I'm gonna give Wild Step one of the carrots.
Okay.
Is that so? Wait, hold on. Let me read the. Fire members of fire.
That's all, folks.
What a day. I'm reading the patron thing right now. Is this something I can do to help be extra friendly with my horse?
Absolutely. You're trying to bond with it.
Yes, I like horses.
Go ahead and give me an animal handling check at advantage.
So it says now I'm proficient. I'm already proficient. Never mind. All right.
That's twice you've rolled the same thing on advantage.
Uh-huh.
14. You take a moment as you guys are riding, and you reach back in your pack and you pull out a carrot, and you slow up and reach forward, and it takes Wild Step a moment to sort of notice what you're doing, and then you see the ears sort of like flick up and get real excited and begin to munch away at the carrot as it slowly just disappears from your hand.
I'm gonna pat at his mane.
Do me a favor, in your notes, you can just write horse bonding or Wild Step bonding, whatever you want, and you can just put one little tick mark next to it.
Wild Step bonding +1.
There you go. Wunderbar. So you all continue to press on as the day wanes. You pick up the pace as the sun begins to set, trying to get as much distance as you can. You eventually cross the Uri River, heading closer and closer to the epoch of Pelennor Fields. In what seems an almost record-setting from your perspective, is only another day, and you are You can see the giant wall of the Epoch from in the distance of Pelennor Fields. You've already made half your journey towards Cirith Ungol. You've arrived at Pelennor Fields. During
That was
the day,
fast.
horses, man. You pass through the gate, uninterrupted, and you make for Osgiliath, where you've determined to make your first legitimate stop. As you arrive at the western gates, there's ajar to open, and there's a handful of people meandering between the gates, and a couple of guards standing about, but the gate is wide open. You just turn off some stuff here. Pull up my Osgiliath soundtrack.
I keep staring at this correspondence, hoping for like an epiphany.
You're gonna go to sleep, and as you're falling asleep, you're gonna have one, and then you're gonna fall asleep.
Forget!
You notice as you move up towards the gate, the guards are just sort of like watching everyone just casually. There doesn't seem to be any real enforcement of security currently. There just seems a very laxed environment, especially since the last time you were here, as trade and some bit of travel has returned to the city since the situation with Cirion has seemingly been dealt with. You are instructed to dismount your horses and guide them in from here. You do that, and you can hear the horseshoes clopping across the cobblestones as you make your way into the very familiar city of Osgiliath. What would you like to do?
Do we have anything we need done here? We could
I don't think so.
we could ask for direction to rangers, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna have specific locations of the rangers. The rangers are just out in Athelion. Perhaps there's a ranger here in town that we could
Do
talk.
you think Turgon might know instead of asking a ranger?
I mean,
Possibly.
it wouldn't hurt.
We could also
What?
get updates from him too about like Cirion and everything, what's happened since we left.
We can also ask maybe the current state of Cirith Ungol,
I don't know if he would know the current state
I
of
don't
Cirith
think.
Ungol.
or like the roads there or something. Like
Yeah,
give
he
us
might know
information
something
about the
about
routes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
He
way maybe we can avoid the ranger stop altogether and save some time.
Well, let's talk to Captain Turgon first, because he'll also know if there's a ranger in town. So if he can't answer our questions, then
Yeah.
we might...
Okay.
And then see if we can just get updates on this place.
Okie dokie.
Maybe based on rereading the correspondence, maybe he might know of any extra strange activity happening since or something that we might.
Since I might be able to see if I can dig up any information on this Nifa person.
Nifa and the Harakar or whatever. I wonder if that's like another vampire name or something. There was a House of Lore here or something, right? Was that Aram here? No, that was Pelargir.
It's Pelargir.
Damn it.
I have an ability. I have a watchful. If you can travel about an area, talking with locals and passing travelers for a few hours, you can make a DC 12 investigation check with advantage. Success
go.
indicates that you hear all latest useful rumors, including news of trouble. Failure means that you get false rumors. On a success,
Okay.
you can also glean the names, whereabouts, and general appearance of all local influential individuals, households, factions, as well as what livery color and heraldry they bear.
I wonder if Nifa was a Cirion.
I wonder.
Ooh.
So since we're here, I'm gonna use my other watchful feat to see if I can pick up any useful rumors or information.
Alright, go for it.
That I'm pretty sure I just read it, but I'm pretty sure it's an investigation check. It is. 24.
24. Okay. What sort of are you just listening out for everything, or are you trying to hone in on specifics?
I mean, of course I'll be on the lookout for anything specific, but if anything would be helpful. But if I'm specifically, I'm just gonna listen to see if I can find hear anything about any of the names mentioned in the missive.
Okay. Walk about for a while, stretching your legs across town. Just listening in, you peruse sort of the market, what semblance of a market is here. It's still a little bit smaller than what you remember. Apparently not everyone has returned for business in Osgiliath. And you catch whispers of conversation of one individual saying, I hear the guard has been doubled at night. Not much is being whispered about it, but it seems like they're a little bit more watchful of things going on around here. Oh, you haven't heard? There's some monster skulking about the woods these days. Skulking about the woods? Aye. Apparently something happened during the raid like a week or so ago. No one's talking about it. I have a friend in the guard. He might know a little bit more. You continue to traverse around. There's whispers, there's conversation about the fact that the drawing a blank. Martial law. I couldn't think of the word martial. Martial law was dropped and things are returning to a bit livelier state, but not quite what they were. Fishing trade up the Anduin has returned a little bit. In terms of the names Harakar and Nifa, you don't hear anything. Yeah. But you do hear something that sort of burns your ears a little bit. As you guys are sort of like refocusing, like, okay, let's go find Turgon, and at the last moment you hear someone say, get this to the bureau. Once it gets there, dispatch it to Umbar.
Is that something we're interested in pursuing? Did I see that handoff?
Give me a perception check.
This isn't part of the journey, is it?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this whole stretch is the journey.
Oh, natural 20 for 21!
Hey!
You are walking, and it sounds like it's coming from like behind you. So you immediately like look over your shoulder, and you see a hand slyly reaching out from a dark alley, cloaked in sort of that sackcloth of sorts. And you see another person in almost like dark maroon color shirt and like a black cloak reach out, and you see a deeply sun-kissed hand, very leathery-looking skin, grab a piece of parchment and immediately tuck it into their waist and walk in a direction away from you.
Let's.
Where is Locke when we need him to just go? Whoop.
Let's follow that maroon character and see if we can recover whatever they're passing off to Umbar.
Okay.
All right, we're tailing.
Yeah, I'm gonna pursue him.
I'm gonna like part myself from the other two to not make it like look like just 3 people are suddenly stalking this guy.
Okay.
I want to like tail from another angle or whatever.
Sure. Stealth checks. You can use charisma if you wish to do social camouflage.
This is advantage?
Yes, everything's at advantage.
Forgot about that. I'm doing twice. 17.
What I get?
23.
That's intimidation?
I rolled it because I'm using charisma. So I picked.
He's
no,
walking
no.
through like a big dick in a locker room. Like, step aside.
No, here's the
monster
thing, because I'm
coming
not proficient in stealth and I'm not proficient in intimidation, so my proficiency bonus doesn't come into play. But intimidation is based off my charisma, where my stealth is based off my dex. So just to do it right, it was just easier to click intimidation because has my charisma and instead my dex. If that makes sense.
No.
So no, if
I am so
No, so-
confused.
I follow it. It was just jarring.
Yes.
Because I saw intimidation. I was like, what?
yes,
Okay.
the math behind that roll is correct because if I use stealth with charisma, I get a +6 to the roll. Instead of doing that manually,
Oh.
intimidation already had the +6, so I just used that.
Alrighty.
Yep. Okay.
But it is
23,
funny to
14.
me just intimidate my way. Intimidate my way so they don't notice me.
No, what you do is you just walk up to like a group of 5 people and be like, you, surround me, make me look like a part of you. Let's go. Yes, sir. I mean, it's an option. All right. You guys sort of fan out, either keeping to a crowd or keeping to the shadows of the alleys as best you can, and you follow this individual for several minutes as he's heading sort of like an easterly direction, heading for the bridge that would go across the Anduin. For the most part, doesn't seem to be doing anything too shady. Just looks like he's moving with a purpose. Every now and again seems to be looking over his shoulder. You don't really catch too much of a glimpse of the face at all. Just the fact that he looks very tan. Somebody who's either out in the sun a lot on a ship, or what have you.
The attire doesn't seem familiar or distinct of like a certain region or anything at all.
It's hard to tell. You can give me a traditions check at a straight roll, because he is cloaked.
Okay. I'll try it. Why not? At the bottom. What'd I do? Whoa! That would have been nice for stealth, but I'll take it.
You guys are refusing to get rid of this advantage for this journey. Natural 20. So as he's walking about, there's every now and again he turns and just sort of like looks over, or he stops and just takes a breather just to try and, you know, look like he belongs. And at certain angles from where you're trailing Fig, you get a little bit better glimpses of almost like sun-stained like orange coloration in some of the fabric, yellowish trims of sorts, very loose fitting clothing underneath, and you personally have actually never really encountered this type before, but you've heard conversations about them in the Greenwood, especially walking around the Elven King's Hall at times, of the old wars, especially the War of the Last Alliance, and some of the men that sided with Sauron. And this individual appears to be wearing garb of the Haradrim.
Haradrim. I will, as I'm tailing, since I said I was distant at first, I'll, kind of try to sneak my way right next to, Malvhor and Cirion, and I'll relay the information that I think he's of, Haradrim based on the knowledge that I know from what I learned about them in Greenwood.
We're gonna have to, we have to relieve him of that letter.
If he gets by himself at some point, I can just tackle him down. but I don't want to cause a scene.
I could try. I saw him put it in his jacket or in his cloak. I could try to channel my inner Locke and lift it off of him without him noticing.
What's everyone's passive perception?
11. Mine's terrible.
14.
14. As you guys are moving and sort of bouncing off one another to not stick in a group too long and having this conversation, at one point, Cirion, you notice the individual probably 40 feet ahead, walking along the side of a building with a low sort of stone wall. For the most part, he's walking along the side of it, and at one moment you see a cat jump up onto his shoulder as he keeps walking.
He's working with
Do I
Dorsey.
recognize this cat?
I say, do I recognize the cat as?
Is it Gear?
No, I had gear.
You're Jason Pelargir. Do you recognize the cat, Cirion? No. It's a very dark, ashy gray, almost black cat. But you do see it's wearing like some sort of like loose leather harness or some sort of collar around its neck.
I'm gonna like tap Malvhor on the shoulder if Vig's nearby, hopefully get her attention, but kind of do like a hand on my shoulder kind of thing and like do like a neck. Kind of like showing like cat, like, without really like trying to say anything, bring any attention to ourselves.
Do I recognize this cat?
Could I convince him to give me the message by saying I'm working with Dorsey?
Oh.
Oh boy, you better have your silver tongue polished.
Is it Kip?
Be ready to chase him if this goes badly, but I think this is the play I need to make.
You see that as you guys are walking, the cat hangs around on him for maybe about 2 minutes or so, and you see his head shift in the direction of it, and the cat sort of jumps and walks along his back to his other shoulder, and then hops down to the ground and runs off into an alley.
Does it seem like the cat is leaving with anything?
Give me a perception check.
Oh.
By advantage.
No, I didn't. Did I fail? Well,
7?
or-
Can't tell. It kind
I
of
was gonna
moves
say-
too quickly.
I took fail as like natural 1.
No, it's when you fail the check.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
basically not meeting the DC.
Well, uh-oh. Did I?
So the cat moved too quickly, you can't tell.
I can chase the cat and then circle back to the shore.
If you want to
No,
chase a
it's-
cat,
I just see a scene from Rocky, like when he's chasing the fucking.
But no, I can while you're about to go
yes.
speak with him, I can try to quickly intercept the cat to double check real quick and then loop back and make sure I'm placed well
Cirion.
enough for if the guy decides to run, I can jump.
Cirion and I will handle him. You can go after the cat.
Okay. I will first go after the cat, I guess.
Fig really wants the cat, so Fig can get the
Alright.
cat.
I just wanna know who it is.
I'm just gonna say, Cirion, be ready to give chase to him if this goes poorly.
Okay.
Fig peels off into the alley to
Just
follow
real
the
quick.
cat. Just real quick. Yeah, you peel off into the alley to follow the cat. The two of you continue onward. Is that what's happening? Are you going right
Yes.
up to him now, or okay?
I'm gonna go right up to him.
You sort of
Wait.
jog up to what?
Was the same cat on the roof when we were last in Osgiliath?
I don't know. You've only seen the back of the cat's head. At this point, you haven't gotten close enough.
Cat! Okay.
You jog up to the guy and sort of gently grab him by the shoulder to get his attention. What?
Keep your voice down.
Who are you?
We have a mutual acquaintance in Pelargir. I'm to help you get a message to Umbar. I'm passing my way down to Pelargir shortly. I was told to collect it from you.
He sort of looks at you and narrows his eyes. High suspicion. Go ahead and give me deception check at advantage.
Oh.
21.
21.
Not bad.
No one told me about another handoff.
Well, we're not told everything, so we have deniability if one of us trips up. Now, do you want to face his anger when the message isn't delivered properly?
Delivered properly? I've already followed the protocol. It's with the courier.
Wait. The message wasn't handed off to him?
It was.
Oh, okay.
You saw it handed off to
Yeah,
him.
Yeah. Sometimes protocol changes when it needs to. There was concern that some couriers have been compromised. Drastic measures are being taken to ensure that's not the case.
He gets a real confused look on his face. Compromised? How the bloody blazes is that even possible?
Listen,
I want to say Cirion is now just like beginning off, like stretching to the side, being like, "Don't mind me."
Listen, I don't ask questions. I do what I'm told.
Oh, that's all fine and good, but you know as well as I do that once it's handed off to the courier, it's out of our hands, and I did that already. The bloody blazes! How can a courier start getting compromised? Baruthios cat saw to it.
Where's the courier now?
Blazes if I know.
What did the courier hand you?
Courier handed me nothing. I handed the correspondence to the courier. I don't even know where their drop points are.
I am... Is he gaslighting me?
Give me an insight check.
My insight's terrible.
At advantage.
Can I re-roll that with my inspiration?
If you wish to.
I mean...
Roll one more time and take the higher.
Ugh. I'm not gonna spend my inspiration on this.
Okay. It's very confusing.
It is.
And it's hard to actually get a read on this guy of what he's saying just because everything seems to be in circles. He seems honest. It seems like he believes you, and he's telling you everything he knows. Fig, meanwhile, give me a perception check.
Cut! Is it at advantage?
Stretching his hammies and...
No,
what if the cat is the courier?
Your perception check failed earlier, so it's just a straight roll right now.
Good thing Fig went after the cat.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to hint at with...
Oh my god.
I would say it was a courier.
You have inspiration!
Inspiration!
And balance was restored.
Cat!
You turn down the alleyway as you peel off from them, and you take a few steps in, and you don't immediately see the cat. And you're a little confused because, like, how could that happen? It was just in here, and this is a very shallow alley. And you walk in deeper and sort of scratch your head, and you look up, and you see a cat sort of, like, pouncing up the wall. like cat parkouring and getting up onto the roof, and it sort of stands up and looks down at you, and you see the harness that it was wearing, and that there's a parchment piece sticking out from the side of it, and it just looks down and goes, and that's where we're gonna end tonight.
God damn.
I need to get this cat. Son of a bitch.
This
The
is
courier's the cat.
this is such an.
I was trying to hint that with like the harness, being like, "Hey, this looks like a handoff of some kind."
Yes.
Is it? God damn! Y'all don't listen to me.
But, that's why Fig went after the cat.
I wanted to.
That's why when you said like some of the couriers have been compromised, he's like, how the fuck can you even do that?
I didn't realize the cat was the courier.
That's why I was trying to like not say it like super out loud, make it obvious, be like cat on shoulder, harness.
No,
Locke.
I knew that. There
You
was a
got
reason
that.
why I went after the cat.
Fucking senile old fool.
I can't persuade a cat. I can't deceive a cat.
Not with that attitude.
Listen, we got our bases covered. We have the guy, we have the cat. Everything should be good.
We don't have the cat yet.
The passive perception wasn't enough to see the sleight of hand where he put it in the harness.
Oh.
But so as of
Oh
right
my
now,
god.
Cirion is the only one that still has advantage on this journey.
Yeah.
The
Oh
insight
no.
check just wasn't enough.
I should have rolled it again.
Oh,
Oh.
that would have passed.
Oh
But
man.
You guys are roughly, distance-wise, halfway into your journey. You've arrived at Osgiliath at record-breaking speed on your new mounts, which you guys have been on foot for the most part, so I'm gonna say you like stabled them somewhere. Otherwise, you're
Yes.
probably sticking out like sore thumbs.
Yeah.
I'm stealthing.
Yeah.
Clop, 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 clop.
Yeah,
And now we're distracted by cat and.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, you
I mean,
were listening for rumors,
he-
saw a handoff.
But but we were
Situation's
just rereading the correspondence, and it was mentioning Umbar anyway. So I mean, like,
Yeah, it's all
talk about
connected.
potentially
Yeah.
getting more answers. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't hear anything about Nifa or Harakar, but there's
That's
a
fine.
Haradrim apparently in the city.
Which seems like we all know well enough what that means, at least as a basic
Yeah,
assumption.
so we'll see what you guys do next week and potentially succeed in literally hurting a cat.
I just want to point out,
Fuck.
he's asking, how can the couriers be compromised? We're trying to compromise one right now.
Oh,
It's just a
Dice
cat,
Gods,
you
help
catch
me
it.
for this. I need to get this cat.
See if you can chase a cat in an urban environment.
Meow.
I don't know how much faith I have in Fig to.
Just rage and get advantage on all your athletics checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh god.
We'll start next week with a good old-fashioned chase sequence. But that's all for us tonight. So, thanks for joining us. Have a good rest of the week. Our schedule is the same. Find us as early as Friday, and the rest of us will be back here next week to continue this nonsense. Have a good night and stay proficient.
Bye.